Hi, Tim here from World of Sleuths. I'm back with my weekly reading update. I'm trying to do it on Wednesdays. I know I did it on Friday last week. Today I managed to do it on Thursday, so hopefully next week I'll be able to do it on Wednesday. Uh, I'll try to keep this one short, and but I'll show you talk about the books I'm reading. Of course, I'm not going. The only book I'm up to date on so far is 1 Year Bible. I'm good at reading that every day, but some of the other books I haven't as much. So I'll go tell you uh, talk about each of the other books I'm reading and how far along I am. The first book is, of course, it's a little dark there. It's Father Brown, the Complete Collection. I'm sorry about how dark it is on this screen. That's just that it's an ebook on Kindle ebook. But I'm 72% of the way through that book now. It has all the Father Brown stories in it, or the books. The books are pretty much collections of short stories of Father Brown, and it's a lot different than the show, I'll tell you that, because in the show, he's always in the same local area, it seems. Well, in the books, he's all over England, and after the public domain ones, he's even in the United States and South America and places like that in the story. So that's a little different than what I'm used to seeing in the show. The next one is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang by Mike Ripley, is it, I think, or Riley? I think it's Ripley. I'm 24% of the way into that one, and it's a non-fiction book. It's about the short story authors of the movies from mid 50s through around the 1970s. I should say this is about the spy and espionage books, sort of like books by Ian Fleming, Len Dayton, or Dayton, however you want to pronounce it, and many others in there, and it's about the British ones. Okay, the next one is around all the books are in the public domain, and that's Craig Kennedy, Scientific Detective. It's the books. They're by Arthur B. Reeve, and he's Craig Kennedy's chemistry professor at University in New York State, and he solves crime on the side using scientific methods, and he solves sometimes he solves them at the police department's request, or sometimes by private citizens. And there were some people back in the day that said that he was the American equivalent of Sherlock Holmes. Next, and actually what I'm reading in that one, actually breaking it down into the books because these are the complete books in there too. The one I'm reading right now is The Silent Bullet. Okay, and then the next one is 8 Tarzan novels by Edgar Rice Burroughs. These are his books that are in the public domain. Well, one's been added just this month, so it's not in there yet. In that, but I'm reading Tarzan of the Apes from that one. These are the complete books, and I should say for the Silent Bullet, I'm 30% of the way done for Tarzan of the Apes and 21% of the way done in it. And the next book is one I've been reading since October. That's A Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. I'm 82% of the way done with this book, and I'm really getting into it now. It's in the third epoch, and a lot of stuff's happening now in it. And the next one is one called Vince Vogel, if I remember right, is his name. Across to Bear is the title of the book. He's pretty much like a independent or self-published author, if I remember right. Excuse me. Well, anyway, it's about there's a serial killer out there killing mainly women, and then he puts them on a cross, nails them to a cross and put them somewhere to be found. Oh, excuse me. I better have something to drink quick. But I don't know how. In that one, I'm shoot. I'm 21% of the way done with that one, and it's pretty good already too. This is a British one, I should add also. Then the next one, I'm into the books now, or the actual books, is Deception Point by Dan Brown. I don't want to go too much into that. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. It's 70% of the way done. It's pretty much like a political thriller, you could say. And after that is Kissy Girls by James Patterson. I'm 23% of the way done in it, and it's about a serial killer killing girls or women pretty much in college in the Chapel Hills, North Carolina area. And one of them and there's several women missing too, because he kidnapped them for a while before he kills them. And one of them that's missing is Alex Cross's niece. This is the second book in the Alex Cross series. He goes down there to find out what's going on, and the assistant director of the FBI, deputy director of the FBI, is down there, and he knows Alex, and he asks him to stay and help them with it. Well, Alex is pretty much investigating on his own. I'm like I said, I'm 23% done in that one, and then the last one I'm reading is from the Four Complete Mysteries by Robert Bernard, and I'm reading the book Death by Sheer Torture, and it's about a detective who's been pretty much severed from his family. His father disowned him when he went into the army, and he hasn't returned home since. he finds out in the paper that his father had died, and right after that his boss calls him, tells him that he wants him to go there because he knows the family, especially since the family is an eccentric family with in a big like house or mansion, and he can't really do the investigating himself, but he works with the guy in charge of the investigation that he knows, and I'm 27% done with this book. Well, without that's all that I have for this time. So until next, I'm going to try do it on Wednesday next week, and hopefully I'll have at least one of the books done. So until next time, take it easy and keep on reading.